I've played my fair share of messy launches, but Wanderer Fragments of Fate? Yikes. I've been around the block, played the big hitters, reviewed the flops, and spent years in game development cutting trailers for games that live or die on their first impressions. So when I say something feels off, it's not just hot air, it's pattern recognition. I'm also a dad with limited gaming time, so I don't mess about with filler. If a game respects your time, you'll hear it from me, and if it doesn't, well, Wanderer is a prime example of the latter. This one hits different because it broke in all the worst places before I'd even finished the tutorial. Now, before the fanboys come swinging with "you just don't get it" and some obtuse reason, I want to be clear. I went in hopeful, genuinely. This game looked ambitious. The concept, cool. The world, visually unique. The mechanics, on paper, brilliant. But then I booted it up, and the cracks started showing fast. First off, seated mode is completely broken. A pretty big one for me, and also a feature that every VR dev seems to get utterly wrong. I have a disability that prevents me from standing for short periods of time, and I rely on seated mode. And when you're promised it as a feature, only to discover your legs are locked in a semi-squat limbo for the entire session, it's more than frustration, it's exclusionary. What's worse, because of this bent leg glitch, I couldn't sprint properly, which meant any platforming became an exercise in failure. You tried doing a running jump when your legs think you're stuck in a half-baked yoga pose. The game uses directional sound. Great idea in theory, but in execution, if you're not facing a character dead on, you can't hear them at all. You literally have to spin your body just to listen to the dialogue. Immersion breaking doesn't really cut it here. And yet, here's the most frustrating part. There's so much potential. Like, little touches that someone somewhere cared. The way balloons float when you bump them, or how chairs roll away when you shove them. That sort of physicality is rare in VR and deserves credit. It adds texture, believability. It's cool. But that on its own is certainly not enough, because right after you notice those neat physics interactions, you get hit with performance that felt like my headset was choking on its own code during the crocodile sequence. I was supposed to be whacking these crocodiles from biting our boat, and instead I felt like I was on a Victorian steamboat. Stuttering absolutely everywhere. As my first hour of gameplay came to a close, I got to the part where you finally meet your little wristwatch companion. You know, the cute floating helper that's meant to guide you, except when he was supposed to guide me, he vanished. Mid-conversation, no explanation, poof, just gone. I didn't know where to go or what I was supposed to do, and that's not quirky, that's just broken. And yeah, I haven't even touched combat yet. The combat is rough. Animations feel like placeholders, hits don't connect with any real impact. Visual effects, bare minimum. The AI, confused at best, comatose for most of it. For a game that markets its action and puzzle solving balance, this is a serious letdown. It feels like someone rushed it out the door with the words, good enough, we've delayed it for long enough. And I get it, VR development is hard, but we're not in 2016 anymore. The bar's higher now. Gamers expect quality, especially if you're charging premium prices. Now, I know some of you will say, give it time, the devs will patch it, and look, I want to believe that. I've seen games rise from the ashes before, but here's the thing, we shouldn't be paying full price to be beta testers. Not everyone can wait for a patch with no idea if we are even to expect one, and this game has had enough serious delays already. When you're spending real money, your real time, and in my case, hopes that a seated mode will at least, work. And if you're someone who didn't run into those bugs, great. I'm honestly happy for you. But this video isn't about edge cases, it's about what happened to me in the first hour. Some people will probably jump to defend this game no matter what in the comments. It's indie, they'll say. Support small devs. And yeah, I do, all the time. I work for one. But supporting developers doesn't mean excusing broken products. We can love an idea and still expect it to work. Because the truth is, this could have been special. There's something here. Hidden under the poor execution, the glitches, missing audio cues, whatever else was bloody wrong with this thing, there's a world that wants to pull you in because it looks beautiful. And that's what hurts. Because instead of getting lost in that world, I spent most of my time troubleshooting it and frankly just super annoyed. Let me be clear, I want to recommend this game. I want to come back in a few weeks and say, you know what? They fixed it. But today, Today, it's a broken mess, and I can't finish the game to finish my review as it will just be tainted. So if you're thinking of jumping in, maybe wait, because no one wants their VR adventure to start as a bug report.